All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Duval County Rams fan, and we have an important game this weekend. We are playing. It is going to be Week 3. We are playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, defending Super Bowl champions, in a match that could possibly decide playoff seedings at the end of the year. It is looking like I've never been one to kind of look far ahead of the schedule. I don't personally like doing it myself, just because you never know what can happen. And I feel you lose a little bit of fun and enjoyment if you look too far down the road. I'm a guy who likes to take things week by week. I know you hear it all the time, but if you really do it that way, it's, for me personally, it just seems to be, the games just seem to be more enjoyable, seem to mean a little more. But that's just me. But having said that, both the Rams and the Bucs are projected to make the playoffs this year, with several people saying that, predicting that the Rams could win it all. Now, do I think they can do it? Yes. I think they can do it. Will they be able to do it? That is another question. That is a question we will find out in a few months' time. But until then, we have to try and win as many games as we can, preferably against NFC opponents, to give us that number one seed so we can have that bye week. Because you get the home field advantage, and now they changed the rules where there's only, I believe it's only the one team that gets that week off. Which for the Rams, it just seems like it's going to be one of those years, knock on wood, that we have some guys already banged up. We may need that extra time off just to heal up a little bit. So this game's going to be pretty important. So whoever wins might hold the tiebreaker to have home field advantage late in the year. That's, of course, if both teams make it. Like I said, I don't like looking down the road. I do believe the Rams will make it, like I do every year. I unfortunately think Tampa Bay will make it too. They're looking really good, unfortunately. So the question becomes, what can we do to beat them? And in this video, I'm going to focus more on what does the Rams offense need to do against Tampa Bay's defense. It's pretty much what we're going to stick with in this video. So I found this article that was pretty good on Turf Show Times. As you can see, Rams will need to lean on Matthew Stafford against Tampa Bay. Yes, we will. Matthew Stafford has been a godsend. He really has. I am so thankful we got him. I really am. He just seems like, seems real down to earth. Very talented, very smart, very clutch. I loved and I did not mention this in my instant reaction, and I should have. How when the Colts came back and took the lead, the very next drive, Matthew Stafford let us down I think it was 4 or 5 plays, and retook the lead for the rest of the game. I didn't mention that, and I should have. Matthew Stafford is clutch. Without Matthew Stafford, we would have lost that game against the Colts, because the Colts were coming at us hard. They were. They really were. I got to give it to them, man. The Colts are legit. And Carson Wentz, I know he's been ragged on a little bit by myself too, but he looked good. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, Matt? All right, the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers are traveling cross-country to compete in a highly anticipated matchup against the Los Angeles Rams. This will be a clash of the current 1 and 2 teams in the NFL, according to recent power rankings. That's cool. I personally don't put a lot of stock into power rankings. I think it is. I don't know. I just think it's kind of silly, but it's cool that they're 1 and 2. But moving on, the Rams did not necessarily exchange 2 first-round draft selections in Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford in order to win in the regular season. The real measuring stick for the trade will come in the postseason. True, but that's not right now. So, with that said, Sunday afternoon will be the first major test for the Stafford-led Rams and should be a reasonable assessment of their ability to compete in a potential playoff matchup. I'll agree with that. It will be a test. Perhaps the most intriguing part of Sunday's contest, LA's offense will need to lean heavily on Stafford and will likely feature a high-volume passing attack. I agree. I'm going to give my kind of personal thoughts of what I want them to do after I get done kind of reading this here. I want to try not to stop in the middle of it, but do I think there will be high volume passing attack? I do. But I'll get my thoughts on that here in a little bit. Tampa Bay's defense features a duo of interior linemen that is among the most stout in the NFL. Mr. Sue, Ndamukong Suh, is still on the Bucs, and Vita Vea. Both these dudes are savages. They are very, very strong, and they are very, very aggressive. Brian Allen, I have been very hard on you this past offseason, and I got to admit, I was wrong. I had zero expectations, and so far you have made me eat crow, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm more than willing to do that. But, if you perform well against Sue and Vita Vea, I might become a believer. Even with that small sample size, 3 games in, so you've been playing very physical, and I am a huge fan of that. I need you to continue doing so, okay? All right, you got this, Brian. You got this. All right. So far this season, opposing offenses seem unwilling to run the football and would rather take their chances through the air. Yes, and I am not a fan of that. I do not care how good their run defense is. My opinion, you're not going to make me one-dimensional. I don't give a damn. I'm going to run the football. We need a balanced attack. I know how good they are on defense, the run defense. But Sean, you cannot abandon the run game, even if it is not working for you. Okay? You can't have Stafford throwing 60 times in this game. You just can't. But it's like, but Mr. Duval County Rams fan, what if they stuff the? I don't care. You have to hit them in the mouth. You have to let them know you're not gonna make us one-dimensional. We're gonna do what we want to do. Don't tailor-made to them. Don't change your game plan for the Bucs. We need a balanced attack. Continuing on. How did the Cowboys and Falcons game plan for the Bucs? In Week 1, Dak Prescott threw 58 passes for the Dallas Cowboys. The following week, against the Chargers, he threw 27 times. That's a lot of passes, and Dak looked good for sure. In the Bucs' second contest, Atlanta Falcons, the quarterback Matt Ryan, threw 46 times, and I guess Josh Rosen got in there twice. I did not know that. After throwing the ball 35 times in Week 1 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Though the sample size is only 2 games, it does appear that teams are deviating from their standard game plan and attacking the Buccaneers defense through the air significantly more often. The run defense is likely primary reason for this. However, another factor to consider is the game script, okay? Opposing offenses may feel pressure to keep up with the high-scoring offense led by Tom Brady, and the score of the game may dictate passing situations. That is true. That is true. This is true. If we fall to that's and I want to talk about the defense a little later, but we're going to really need to lean heavily on our defense to keep us in the game, because if we do fall behind pretty far, we are going to have to be forced to, we're going to have to throw. You know, y'all know football. Y'all know how it is. We can't get behind by that much. A silver lining for Los Angeles is that they faced two of the relatively tougher interior defensive line units in their first two games. Akeem Hicks and Bala Nichols. Sorry if I butchered that there. And then DeForest Buckner, in week 2. The Rams have not yet dominated on the ground this season, but maintaining a balanced attack and committing to the ground game against two of the better run-stopping units should be considered a promising sign for this upcoming matchup. Yes. We've run the ball decent to good. We just haven't run it a lot. Sean, you need to run the football, okay? You really do. I'll get more into that at the end here. So I guess we have the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, Mr. Mike Edwards, 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, oh wow, yeah, okay. Could injuries at running back force the Rams' hand? Before the regular season even started for LA, the team put 3 different running backs on injured reserve. Cam Akers, man, we could use you now, Cam. Reserve back Xavier Jones, and return specialist Raymond Calais. That was crazy. That's a shame, man. That's such a shame. Now Darrell Henderson is working through a rib injury after exiting early against the Indianapolis Colts. Should Henderson be unavailable Sunday against the Bucs, a rotation of Sony Michel and Jake Funk would shoulder the load. Darrell Henderson has a chance to be back as soon as this weekend. Not very detailed. The only thing we hear is it's a rib cartilage injury. And Sean has used the words hope and optimism were the words he used. And if he's good to go, play him. But if there's even the slightest hint that he may aggravate the injury and injure it further, just let him sit out, Sean. It'll suck. It'll suck, man. But, I mean, we need him down the stretch. So, besides, the north and south running by Sony Michel really intrigued me. I want to see more of that. This man right here, Sony Michel. I want to see more of that. The Rams' offense has been fairly balanced in terms of run-pass through 2 games. Stafford attempted 26 passes against the Bears and 30 versus the Colts. It's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. It really isn't. I just wish that it just needs to be. We just need to run more early in the game. A lot of our runs come late in the game. We can't have our defense out there forever and a day throughout the whole season, man. They will get fatigued, and that's how guys get hurt. We got to give them some rest time, man, and we do that by running the football. So, Sean, I know it's easy for me to say this sitting in my chair talking into the microphone, but that's just it is what it is. All right? I know it has to be hard for y'all, but you have to stick to the run game. Even if Henderson plays against the Bucs, it's reasonable to not expect him at 100% health, while Michel has a much heavier workload in week 2 as opposed to a single carry in the first game. His role in the offense is relatively unknown, Funk worked in on third down with Henderson out, but has yet to touch the ball on offense. I want to see Jake Funk play a reasonable amount of snaps. I want to see him run the football. None of this decoy crap. I want to see him run downhill because I think that's what he's best at. Give him a chance, Sean. Give these rookies a chance to perform for you. Because we need all hands on deck, and with all the injuries that we've had, a lot of these rookies are going to have to step up. And credit to you. You've drafted well this past draft. I think they can deliver. I really do. And I want to see Tutu too, man. I haven't forgot about Tutu, but I'll get into that here in a little bit. Let's see. Could the uncertainty at running back force the Rams to put the ball in their signal caller's hands more often? The injury situation will become clear as the week progresses and should be something to continue monitoring as the game unfolds. How has the Bucs defense fared against the pass? The Tampa Bay defense has given up the third most passing yards in the NFL through 2 weeks, with opposing quarterbacks averaging 342 yards per game. That is a lot. That is a lot. However, this statistic is mostly the result of volume. The Buccaneers have faced the 6th most pass attempts, and that is something to consider. How much are these numbers really inflated? Only because that's the run defense for the Bucs has been so good. The only thing teams have been able to do at all is pass the football. So, tough to tell with this small sample size, but tough to tell. Tampa Bay's defense ranks 8th in net passing yards passing yards per attempt, which is more accurate measure of the team's performance to date. Jamel Dean and Carlton Davis form a reliable pair at outside corner. Okay, third-year corner Sean Murphy-Bunting is currently on injured reserve, but is expected to return this season. Okay. If there is a Tampa corner to pick on, it's likely Ross Cockrell. The veteran has a rough outing against the Cowboys when Murphy-Bunting left with an injury. The Bucs tried to keep Cockrell on the sidelines in Week 2, moving safety Mike Edwards into the slot instead. However, Davis suffered a hamstring issue, which forced Cockrell onto the field. Okay. And Todd Bowles is a really good defense. Man, the Bucs are stacked, y'all. They really are. They are so stacked from the coaches to the players, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but we can do it. Sean McVay has been known to force personnel matchups favorable to the Rams, with the most infamous example in 2018 when he used the Vikings coverage rules to isolate Anthony Barr against Todd Gurley and Cooper Kupp. I remember that. That was awesome. Look for McVay to work his magic when Cockrell is on the field, and Stafford will need to take advantage. Sean McVay is playing chess right now. He is doing all the right things to get a mismatch. Okay, and how do you know this? Okay. Oh, this was okay. My mistake. This was back in 2018. All right, Lord have mercy. All right, never mind. That was my bad. This is a tweet from 2018. All right, what can we expect from Stafford? All right, the Rams' game plan will likely feature a high-volume passing attack in order to minimize running the ball against the formidable Bucs interior defensive line. God, I'm going to get to it at the end. While Stafford attempted an average of 28 passes in the first 2 contests, the number could realistically fall within the range of 40 to 50 versus Tampa Bay. It is realistic. It's realistic. It can't get it cannot get higher than that, though. The Rams will need to take underneath throws and checkdowns in order to keep the chains moving, and then take downfield shots as they become available. Veteran Deshaun Jackson has a minimal role so far, but LA may need to speed hit to help keep the defense honest and create space underneath for Kupp, Woods, and Jefferson. This game will be the first real test for the Stafford-led Rams, and a new signal caller will need to shoulder most of the load in this competitive matchup. LA acquired Stafford to make a run deep into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay will be the first real assessment of his ability to accomplish this. And I agree. Here's Stafford. So, to conclude, this is going to be tough. This will really give us a good insight on where the Rams are as a whole. Specifically for this video, we're going to see how this offense is as a whole. Tampa Bay has a very formidable defense, a very physical defense. I love their linebackers. That's something I wish our team kind of would value a little more. A lot of teams don't necessarily value the linebacker position anymore in the NFL. I think that is a mistake. I think great linebackers can elevate your defense. Just look at the Bucs. They won the Super Bowl last year. There is a lot of talk about how Stafford's going to have to pass for like 60 times. We're going to have a heavy pass attack against the Bucs. And that is fair to say. And it will probably happen. My whole thing is, I think Matthew Stafford can do it, but why does he have to do it alone? I think we need, as an offense, we must have a balanced attack. You got to let Tampa's defense know that you are not going to make us one-dimensional. You are not going to scare us into being one-dimensional the entire game. You, Sean, or Matthew, or anyone on the Rams offense that may somehow be listening to this, you need to send the message to Tampa Bay's defense that y'all are not gonna make us one-dimensional. Y'all are gonna not make us become one-dimensional already, like mentally. You cannot have the focus, and I know I kind of butchered that just then, but mentally, in practice, you cannot be saying in practice, oh, well, hey, Tampa Bay's defense, run defense is pretty good, so let's work on our passes. Let's work on our passing attacks. What are we going to do for the passing attack? And I agree, work on the pass, for sure. Work on the pass, but that cannot. You are setting yourself up for failure when you are taking away options to attack a defense. Okay? Sometimes physicality, you got to be physical. You got to make Tampa Bay understand that you're not going to get punked by them. Okay? That you're not scared of being physical with Tampa Bay's defense. Will you win that physical battle? Will you win gaining yards on the ground? I don't know. They are damn good at run defense. I will give them that. And last year, with Goff, with a healthy Cam Akers, our starter, they shut us down. I still remember that game. I was so salty. Why couldn't we run the football? I kept yelling at my TV. Why? Why can't we do it? Levante David's all over the damn field. You know, they handled their business against us. I will give them that. But look, sometimes you have to be able to punch them in the mouth. Okay? You have to punch them in the mouth physically, even if you may not win. Because you cannot just let them sit back and relax, going, oh, these guys know not to run against us. We punk them throughout the week. They're because you are showing that you are already mentally defeated. If you are in practice right now, only focusing on the pass, Sean. If you are only focusing on the pass in practice this week, they have already won. They have already won on some level against you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? You cannot abandon the run game. Run it down their damn throats. Are we going to win? I don't know. But you have to let them know that we are going to run regardless. We have to. And none of this exotic stuff, please. Or if you do, don't do it on a 3rd and 1. Where you're trying to run to the side. Go north. I understand this is a passing league now, but physical football teams make it in the end. We have to be physical on offense. Our defense showed us last week they can be physical. I'm very proud of them, and I'm very pleased with our O-line so far. I'm pleased with Brian Allen. I'm pleased with how physical he has played and how the line has played. They have not been perfect, but considering who the opponents were, how tough those D-line were, and considering it's only 2 weeks and it's the only games they played this year, they performed solid. Trust them, Sean. Trust Brian to be physical and to hold his own against Sue. Okay? I know you do. More than I did. I didn't think Brian Allen could do anything for us. I was proven wrong. You must not abandon the run game. If you are mentally in your mind right now going, well, the Bucs have a good run defense, we're not going to do that. We're just going to pass. They've already punked you. They've already won on some level. All right? And the odds of them winning increase on Sunday. Do not give it to them. Matthew Stafford will do his thing. I know he will. He's been so clutch. I'm so happy he's with us. I think possibly we'll need to do some nice screens, maybe some slants. But you got to be careful. Those linebackers are legit, though. Some slants and push the ball deep and attack that and just push it deep whenever you can. But do not let them make you one-dimensional. That I cannot stress that enough. Now, knowing Sean, after watching a lot of Sean McVay football games, we will probably pass more than we run. And that's par for the course, and that's okay, but we need to have a good balance of running, not just in the fourth quarter, but the whole game. I trust Matthew Stafford. I trust him to find guys open downfield. He has earned my trust. I trust him to read the defenses and find the open points and exploit them. I trust him to do that. Robert Woods, Van Jefferson, y'all dropped a lot of passes this last game. Y'all need to get it together. Okay? I'm a big fan of both of you. You are both sure-handed. You are both great receivers, and you both can catch the football. I know you can. I understand sometimes players have bad games. You cannot have a bad game this Sunday. You cannot. Get your mind right, and when Stafford comes to you, be ready, but because he cannot just keep going to Kupp. Tampa Bay's defense are going to zero in on Kupp. They may take him away this game. So that's going to open the door for you, Robert, and for you, Van, and possibly Deshaun Jackson too. Hell, get him in there. And Tutu. Get Tutu in there too. Get everybody in there. Hell, get the tight ends involved. I trust this offense will do what it needs to do. This is a very big game. A lot of potential playoff implications. And I believe with the quarterback we have, and yes, with the head coach, Sean McVay, with the coach we have, a coach I am very, very grateful to have, Sean. I'm very critical of you, but I am very grateful you're on our team. With you and Matthew, I believe we can score on Tampa Bay and we can beat them. I do. We can beat them. We can beat them, but do not let them beat you in the middle of the week. Do not become one-dimensional. I can not stress that enough. Don't let them take chess pieces off your board, Sean, okay? We can do this. We can do this. That's just my take. This is the Duval County Rams fan. I'm going to cut it off there. I've rambled long enough. All right, so that's going to be it for now, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams. Go Rams, baby. We got this.